Live from Los Angeles. Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessamine Moyer. This is Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Also available on Apple TV, Roku, and Twitch.
And it is hashtag Friday Feels, which is all about dating, love, and relationships. We're going to talk about narcissism. Are you dating a narcissist? We want to know. We're going to talk about 6 kind of signs, and I think if you live in Los Angeles, you are a narcissist. I'm not going to lie. But we come together every day to try and be better people and try and live on spiritual principle, know the truth, and have extraordinary community.
Love that.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. What a theme.
Absolutely. I've got the hashtag Friday Feels today.
You can feel it, right?
We can feel it. We
Yeah.
started the show with an incredible song from Brandon Howard. He's actually going to be in the house today, aka B. Howard. I'm really excited.
Music is so good too, right?
So
He grew up with the
good.
Jacksons. Clearly there's an influence.
Yes.
And we are going to find out all about it. But I'm so excited to welcome to the show our very special guests this morning. Hello, everyone, back in the studio.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Joanna, it's in the house.
Miss Joanna Garzillia's got the mic. She has been featured on Good Morning La La Land before. She hosts her own show here at Focus TV, Life Stories. And of course, she's a best-selling author. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fabulous. And narcissism, what a topic. I've dated many narcissists before I met my husband.
I have a feeling she's going to have some intuitive readings about that.
Yeah, just a lot of insight about a lot of things, especially that, I'm sure.
Especially that. So, Joanna, how do you start your day? Is there something you're doing differently this year than you did last?
What I'm doing differently this year is I'm really taking time to plan. I get up a little bit earlier in the morning and I write, I meditate. Prayer and meditation for my alignment is critical for my day to go well, and that's working great. So I'm much happier.
No, I'm so grateful to hear that. Doesn't
She's fantastic. I love Joanna. Oh my God.
Good for my
She's
husband.
amazing. She's become a very good friend. She's very intuitive. Just kidding.
It's not an accident, is it?
they do call her America's intuitive, right? Isn't that interesting?
We all need those girlfriends in our life. Then we don't have to pay psychics. We're all psychic. That's our birthright. Just kidding.
Well, she's definitely given us some great insight with our spiritual forecast. So we're going to talk about that in this show. Good morning, Miss Emily Nelson is in that house. You may have seen her on Glow, Superstore, Shameless, and now HBO's True Detective Season 3. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here with you guys, with everybody.
We're so excited that you're here. Congratulations. You've had a massive run this year.
Thank you, thank you. It's been a good year. It's been all over the map. Comedy, drama, just the way I like it.
So how do you start your day in La La Land? What's your morning routine?
Well, I'm a little old school. I still do 3 pages, the artist's way. You know, I bust open my little notebook, 70 pages. You know, it costs 80 cents. And I just download. I just get it all off my head. And then I hang out with my dogs. I have 2 amazing dogs who I'm thoroughly obsessed with, and we go on a nice long walk. So that's my morning.
So did you get any specific downloads today when you were working on your pages?
I did, actually. This morning, I was actually writing about the weather. I think it's because we've been so inundated with rain, and I really actually enjoyed it. I mean, we're all wet to the bone. But this morning, the sunset was, or sunrise, I should say, it kind of looked like a sunset, was beautiful. And I was just, I don't know, I was just talking about colors and about the word yes. I was thinking about something that you guys you bring up all the time, which is, what is your mantra? And I hadn't really thought about it, but mine's really just one word, which is yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So that's
It
my
starts
mantra,
sentences,
for
you
sure.
know what I mean? Like, I just start saying yes, and then pretty soon I'm like, yes, this is a good day. Yes, I do want to wear pink today.
Else
Yes.
we know.
I'm a yes girl, so you and I were kindred spirits.
Right on.
Well, thank you so much, Emily. We're excited
Thank
that you're
you.
here. Bo Robinson is in the house. He is the creator of Bar School. And if you're here in La La Land, you might have seen this handsome guy around town. How are you, Bo?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Well, we are excited that you're here and you're going to teach us how to be a better bartender for ourselves, make a good, sexy cocktail for the weekend. So how do you start your day, especially considering you work so late at night?
Yeah, I mean, they're grueling mornings. I usually hit the snooze button about 4 or 5 times. But once I'm up, I take a hot shower, I get a cup of coffee, and I sit down and I put together something I like to call a power list, which is just a list of things I got to knock out before I get to the main part of my day. You know, at 4 or 5 o'clock when I have to go back into my shift. So.
Executive producer Andy Waldman loves that one.
He's a grin on his face right now.
Exactly.
That's my man.
We're big fans of Bo. Well, thank you so much for stepping out from behind the bar to be with us in La La Land today. We have multi-platinum award-winning producer, recording artist, B. Howard in the house. Good morning, B.
Good morning, how are you?
We're so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us.
Yes.
Super glad to be here.
So tell us, how do you start your morning routine? What's your day like?
Well, my day varies. Like, I deal with a lot of people overseas and here, so anywhere from 3 to 6. So I'll wake up, check my phone, take a quick shower, eat some breakfast, and get on it.
I would imagine that music plays a significant role in starting your day. Is there a song that you're really vibing to right now?
Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed. So there's... So in the morning there are 2 particular songs. One, which is a normal song like "Feels Good" by Pharrell and Calvin Harris.
Yes.
I love that song. And then the other song is Willy Wonka, "Pure Imagination."
It's a very catchy song, I will admit.
Yeah. No, the actual Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder. The original is nothing like that. And then every now and again I'll probably get Oliver.
Well, we love that.
Happy
Thank you
music.
so much for being here. We're so excited to talk to you guys later in the show.
Oh my gosh, you guys have a song that you guys are listening. I have this song and I'm embarrassed to say it too. So it's called "Woman" by, I think it's Kesha, and it's Kesha, and it says the F bomb, and it says, "I'm a effing woman." And I'm like, yeah, that's right. It's like, I'm a spiritual effing woman. What about you guys? What songs have you listened to?
Oh my God, so many. Every day it changes. I got like a lot of Jay-Z right now. I mean, boy, I've got Britney back on there. I've got a lot of 90s.
Britney.
I know, I do. I got a lot of Britney on. I got a lot of 90s.
I need your sound list. You need to like forward us.
I will, actually.
Yeah,
I can do
because
that.
I'm so out of the loop. I don't have time to look at
Yeah,
that.
I'm always sifting and sorting through music.
I am all about Panic at the Disco, High Hopes right now.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have high hopes for a living. So I am just rocking that in my little Fiat from Sherman Oaks to the studio every single morning. On
I
repeat.
love it.
I love
the
that.
music is critical, as is the weather. When I saw that little yellow ball in the sky, I was like, oh wow, I remember. That's what sunshine is like.
Okay, so umbrella update. So I've called, no one answered. I looked on their website, I emailed them, so I'm still waiting to hear back. And I'm like, I just gotta just drive over and drop it off. But it's like a big fiasco to drive even to Beverly Hills and drop off an umbrella.
If you missed the show yesterday, Erin's talking about the big umbrella debate. She accidentally took someone else's umbrella home from a very high-end restaurant. In fact, the umbrella is an upgrade.
Maybe it's the universe trying to bring me together with somebody.
You know what? That's true. Or also it would have been cheaper probably just to have one like Postmated to them, or we could order one online and have it delivered.
It's
Honestly,
an expensive umbrella. It's like a little black umbrella. It's like $20 or something like
save the money in
that.
gas.
We should just focus on gratitude and say thank you, universe, for the brand new beautiful umbrella.
There you go.
That's right.
I love it, Jess.
That's right.
Yeah.
Last night, at the invitation of our good friend Will Palmer at Jane Owen PR, our executive producer Andy and I got to go to the opening of LN2. LN2 stands for liquid nitrogen. It's a hot new pizza shop. They've got not just pizza, but fried chicken, crispy Brussels sprouts, and torching bananas right there. Some of the best ice cream banana splits I've ever had. It was so cool. And the bartenders, I mean, Bo, he's gonna have to take a note from this. What a show. They were pouring like liquid nitrogen, they were pouring fire, and of course Andy was like, make it hot, make it spicy, blow me away. And the guy's like, how hot do you want this thing? And the drink was literally on fire. I was like, Andy, I don't know what else you want from this man. It's on fire already. Good luck. Peace be with you.
That's fantastic. Sounds amazing. Sounds like it was amazing.
Oh, it was. The chef is really great. He's had 20 years worth of running some of the best restaurants in town, including Patina, and so now he's got that shop right down the street on Melrose. So I highly encourage you to go check it out. It's a family affair over there.
Oh,
Love
fantastic.
it. So fun. So Friday Feels. So one of the typical conversation, we've had a few guests on that are experts in this, but the question is, are you dating narcissists? And I remember someone talking to me about their ex-girlfriend one time. They said, oh yeah, she's a total narcissist. And I was like, you're in LA, we're pretty much all narcissists, right? So we need to make the distinction of like, what is a narcissist? And it's interesting, because years back also, I was dating what I would consider narcissists, and my mentor said, read the book called The Narcissist Next Door, because I didn't really understand, and I think we're all can be self-centered at times, and we can all have different characters, and we'll go through those 6 things. But when I read the Narcissist Next Door, what was kind of the key to what really true narcissists is, they tell a story about a guy that's going to the airport. And basically, he realizes he left his dog at the house, his little doggy door, but he realizes that he's going to be gone just long enough to where the dog probably will run out of food for whatever, a couple days, whatever. He didn't leave any food. And he thought he's gonna be gone and no water, anything. And he realizes, like, do I go back and give the dog water, food, but it'll probably survive. Right? And I was like, yeah, that's probably a little bit different than being self-centered, right? So, like, a distinction, you know, I don't know if you guys have felt like you've dealt with narcissists, but I think that there's, like, an extreme, right? We're probably all that to an extent, but where's the, like, line?
It's a great point. Like, you know, really mental illness and mental health falls along a spectrum. And at some point, in some place, we just sort of draw a line and say, oh, this is where mental health ends and mental illness begins. And so with respect to narcissism, you know, you've got something that's clinically called narcissistic personality disorder, which is actually just a tiny little subset of the population. There's about 200,000 people that fall into that. But then there's the rest of the spectrum. And most of us have at least a little narcissism inside. I mean, we're all self-interested, and that's actually a very good thing to be self-interested and somewhat self-centered. That's how you get through your day. That's how you feed yourself. That's how you pay your bills. And at the same time, you know, you want to, enjoy relationships and share and show some empathy as well, right?
Well, and that's one of the key signs of a narcissist is that they lack that empathy and that really that ability to connect or to relate to a situation or to somebody's feelings. It's really interesting. I can't say that I've experienced any true narcissist, but I think, like you said, we've all been in relationships where people have shown maybe some traits that they could be or display in certain areas of their life, narcissistic behavior.
So in Psychology Today, they basically talk about it's like 6 different signs, and I think it's whether someone's a narcissist or not, just somebody maybe you just don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who, number one, you know, they basically only listen. It's a unilateral listening. They only listen to what they want to listen to, and then they like always put it back to the conversation. Number 2, of course, is no empathy. Number 3 is rules don't apply to them. Like they really feel like they're outside of that, of, you know, entitlement, whatever. Number 4 is they deflect. They're always like, if you have a concern or something, like I'm feeling whatever, then they deflect it, making it about them. And they're like, oh, you're just complaining about me and I don't like to be judged. And then 5 is feeling entitled. And number 6 is basically they're always right. So, I mean, would you call that I wouldn't necessarily call that a narcissist, but I would call it just somebody you probably don't want to date or don't want to be in a relationship with, you know? Like,
and we all do a little of that at some point in time, right? And
no question about it.
At the point at which it becomes clinical is essentially when it starts to disrupt the normal functioning of your daily life. Like it gets in the way of things.
Totally.
Well, you know, Erin mentioned you probably don't want to date that person. What if you recognize that you're already in a relationship with that person, and it might not be a relationship you want to end, especially if you're in a marriage? How do you work within those constructs and create a healthy relationship with somebody who is a narcissist? Is that possible?
Acceptance.
So it's a great point, and I'm not an expert on narcissism. My friend Dr. Dovasula is, and she always gives me crash courses. So at the end of the day, you know, narcissism, particularly narcissistic personality disorder, can only be treated, can't be cured. This is you know, from a psychology perspective. So the best you can do with a narcissistic personality disordered person is manage for it. You can only manage for it. It does require sort of accepting where they are, not expecting them to change, doing what you can to keep like interactions short and sweet and get in, get out. I mean, if you're in a relationship with one, the best thing you can do is
let me tell you what I used
leave.
to do, and no name dropping here, but I was in a relationship with a really extreme narcissist, and I remember he would dominate every single conversation, and he knew this, we would know this, and so we'd put a timer on the table.
Oh wow.
And it just, he couldn't do it anyway. Like it was like 90% him, and it would try and do it, and he'd try and do the timer.
Like the buzzer would go off, and you just keep on steamrolling.
So you have to, I believe you have to fully accept him, and it either works or it doesn't work. You're either able to stay in your peace or not, and you're either able to be, but yeah, there was a lot of other issues and cheating and all kinds of way extreme narcissism, but I think that, you know, it's just what works for you.
Yeah, and, I mean, and to be honest, particularly, well, in this life, in this world, you want to offer people the thing that they're not able to offer to themselves, right? So it's empathy and understanding. That doesn't mean you stay in the relationship. In fact, you probably can offer those things better from a distance, right? And so, you know, that's just something important to remember. With most narcissists, they were either raised by narcissistic parents, or they experienced some kind of major trauma early in their life that interrupted their emotional like growth. So they might be 40 years old, but they've really got the emotional awareness, intelligence of a 12-year-old or a 7-year-old.
Very true.
And that's part of the reason that people have trouble.
But then we go into that, I need to help and save, and if I just love them enough, then they will see the light and finally feel heard, and then they won't talk the whole time. Good luck with that.
You don't love them to in the hopes that they'll change and love them and recognizing that they're going to probably stay the same.
That's when you point the finger back at yourself, like, oh, I have issues, not them. Yeah.
Your love is only ever going to change yourself.
That's right.
Never going to change anyone.
Anyway, it's an interesting conversation on dating, love, and relationship for sure.
You can always check out Should I Stay or Should I Go by Dr. Ronnie.
Yes, big shout out to her.
A few better tips.
Well, let's take a break and come back. We're going to talk to our guests about how they're creating lives they love. Stay tuned.
Thank you for tuning in to the Model Mom Show. I'm your host, Tara Tner, and Shelton, we are signing off. Thanks, bye.
Beautiful.
I'm so glad to have you. Thank you.
I feel so lucky. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers. Here's to a good Friday night. Thanks, Michelle, and I will see you again next time.
And thank you, everyone, for joining in. This has been another episode of Mind, Body, Spirit, and I'm Dr. Kate.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys live your best life. Peace out. Peace out.
And thank you for watching the LA Home Show, where we discuss all things real estate, interior design, and much, much more. We'll see you next time. You're watching Passion to Paycheck on the Focus TV network.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.
So I'm your host, Serena Poon, and thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
And if you want to binge watch these videos, they will be on Focus TV network. Check that out. We will see you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everyone.
Bye. I greatly appreciate your service.
It was an honor to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of Purpose. I am your host, Brittany Zonker, and I will see you next time. It's been such a treat to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you.
Erin Ziering, Millennial Moms, the best blogger parent out there.
Thank you.
Aww. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yeah. All right, thanks, guys, for watching. You're watching The Ren Wood Show on Focus TV Network. We'll see you next time. Until next time, guys, on Focus TV Network, sipping that tea where we sip
Yes,
that tea.
and our guest spiller. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Well, thanks again, and we'll see you guys next time on Moms Matter.
Thank you for listening, and DM us, follow us on social media.
Ciao, baby!
I appreciate your time today. Casey Montoya, you are a woman warrior.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you for letting me talk about this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's so sweet.
Thank you to the Focus TV studios for another great episode, and I'll see you guys next time.
We are Good Morning LALALAND, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And you can listen to all your favorite interviews available as a podcast on iTunes.
That's right. We're waking up the world together. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and check out these amazing, amazing people.
It's going to be a Good Morning LALALAND.
Well, thank you so much for watching and for listening to Celeb CEOs with Rachel McCord. This is Erin Kerman, and we've got Jax, and tell me her name one more
Lucy.
time. Lucy in the studio making lots of fun noises. Mwah, we love you. Tune in next time. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, sir.
from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It's an absolute honor to welcome B. Howard to the show. He's a multi-platinum award-winning producer, recording artist, and wild talent.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Glad to be here.
We're so excited to share your light. I met you the other day, and I thought, wow, there is just this energy that radiates off you.
Wow.
You're such a star, right?
Appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about your past. You've been involved for music from a very, very young age.
Yeah. So they used to call me like a child prodigy. First thing, like, so I started making music for like guys like R&B guys like, you know, Genuine and Drew Hill and these other types, going to Omarion, to Jason Derulo, to Neos and Vanessa Hudgens and so forth. So it's been coming up, like.
And you grew up around the Jacksons, right? I mean, you do look a lot like Michael Jackson. I'm sure you get that all the time.
Every now and again.
He's come back. Genesis, it's all over again, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of that, you know, we came up, and a lot of that is like my home training and stuff with my mother singing, performers and stuff. It's easy to learn without learning. It's like, you ever hear people going to music school and stuff like that? Like, I never used to credit them for, you know, my work and my talent, but honestly, as I think back on it, it's like, it's an automatic music school. It's like the best of the best at their time. You're just soaking it in as you're just playing.
Well, your mother, Mickey, she's been nominated for Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
How many albums has she put out at this point?
She's put out a few albums, you know. I'm trying to compete with that. You know?
She must be really proud of you.
Yeah, she is very much so. At first, you know, everyone was nervous and stuff like that, but, you know, handling myself, going across the world and, you know, seeing different fans and stuff, and now trying to bring it back home. And she's watching me grow as an adult and as an artist, and being responsible along the way.
Right. So I'm curious to know, so you're, obviously, Genesis is the name of one of your projects, and curious to know what your take is on this whole spiritual thing in his life. What do you think? How do you think we create? What is your kind of faith?
My faith, I really believe that, you know, and we all are born with the ability to know what feels good, which is what's right, and what feels bad and what hurts other people. And I think that the more that we tune into ourselves and connect to others, we're able to enlighten others. We're able to lift each other up, and we're able to go to the next dimension of consciousness. I mean, that's my belief. And I tell it my first record, Genesis, because it was Genesis for me. Moving from being a producer, you know, doing all that stuff in World Cup, to becoming a forefront artist, to be able to inspire other people and inspire, you know, people outside of this circle.
Right. So do you ever channel? Like, I have spiritual artist friends, and they literally say that Michael Jackson comes to them.
Wow, really?
And I'm like, I swear, and I'm like, okay, so obviously he's a big spirit. Does he ever come to you? Do you ever feel like his presence coming through your art at all?
Among other people, I don't really channel. I don't know.
We're going deep on this.
What I do believe, and what my mother and everyone says, is that he and a lot of others come, and they're like with me during my journey. You know, other people that like Gerald Levert, and, you know, other people that have passed or whatnot that I've known and that have been very close to me. They come and they protect me. That's what they say. I was just like, okay, thank you. And every now and again, I feel like there's somebody there, like always playing jokes or something.
It is incredible, and I have to agree with both Erin and Jez. I think your music is deeply inspiring, and you're absolutely right. It's feel-good music. Like, I feel good listening to. I feel better than I, you know, after having listened to anything that you've produced. And so I wonder, because you've worked with so many incredible people and so many incredible talents, what's the experience, the creative sort of experience for you like? Is it a feel-good experience, or are there tough moments when you're trying to come up with a creative idea? What has that been like in terms of just the creative making process?
There's both.
Yeah.
You know, everything has a balance sometimes. You know, there is a balance. Some days flow water, and some days it's like you're constipated. But no, honestly, it's like you have a lot of different variations, but at the end of the day, if it's working and it's flowing, then it flows.
We talk a lot about being in the flow.
Yeah.
How do you get in your flow state?
Starts with my day. You know, most of my day and how it begins is how it ends. And one of the most important things about it is making my bed.
Really?
Yeah, if I like doing some things personally, like, washing my clothes. I like doing that. And I like making my bed. When I wake up in the morning and I make my bed, no matter if I'm at my hotel or I'm at home, and I do that, I know my day goes well. When my bed is not made or it's chaotic, sometimes it's kind of tough to get through my day. So that's like my creative process in my mind. It's kind of off.
It's a ritual
Yeah.
of sorts. And I had a friend who always told me, make your bed, make your day.
Yes, yes, I believe in that completely.
You've made some incredible projects, worked with incredible artists. Do you have a favorite or a most memorable experience?
A most memorable experience would have to be, honestly, making the World Cup thing. That was very memorable, and the amount of time it took for me to make that song and get the song approved, and working with Sony and everybody like that. And, it took about a good month and a half to actually create and get it finally approved, and with the Soweto singers, and getting Wyclef and Jasmine Sullivan coming here, and Jay Pre coming from South Africa. It was just such a hard thing to make, because it was so important, and because Mandela and all these guys were behind it. It was his original song, and it was my debut. And then once I got my debut on the song, when I recorded it, they actually kind of tried to change it up, my credits. So I had to fight for my credits for that. And at the end of the day, we got it. It was really nice review, and everybody really enjoyed it. That was my most memorable experience, coming out as an artist and coming out to the forefront.
And now you're in, doing Asia and all kinds of places. Is there a culture that you're really resonating with?
I think love resonates through all of them. Every culture and every place I've been, I just been coming into Europe and Poland, and everywhere I've gone is like the same, and they're just like so loving. In Pakistan, so much love, and I can talk about Pakistan right now because I just recently went there, and people have a different visual of Pakistan than what actually is. And when I've gone there, and how much love and how much they cling on to you, and the music is one thing, and who you are and what you carry and what you represent, and how that inspires people to become better, and how that whatever they feel is better, and I'm happy about that, because some of my peers, unfortunately, they've had to change their image for whatever reason. They don't get to control their image.
Right. You're clearly so talented. Do you think this is just God-given? Is it something like, how much of it is straight up God-given versus how much you really have to develop your talent?
Both. People are born with their talents. People are born with things, great. But your talent and being able to develop your talent, putting the time into your talent, dedicating yourself to your craft, that's the most important thing you can do, because that's how you get better at whatever you're doing, even in your business.
We have a look at one of your recent music videos. Let's take a peek.
Okay.
But I'm serious, hoping you know now. You might think I'm jealous cause I need your love. Girl, you know my style. Don't say you love me, don't talk to the lights down. It's gonna be me. Don't say you love me. Just don't say you love me. Turn your body right round. Just don't say you love me. Don't say you love me.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I remember that.
I remember that. Very memorable.
Yeah.
You have such a light in person and on screen. So what about acting? We know you've been in projects with LaToya Jackson before. What was that experience like? Do you think you'll continue to pursue that?
Yeah. That was more like a reality TV show, and we were being on there together and stuff. I think I would love to do more experience with that. I love to try being a bad guy. I want to be a bad guy in a movie. I want to do some vampire movies, because I love horror films.
Really?
I love horror films so much, and I love all these nostalgic, films. I like, oh gosh, what's Evil Dead and I love Twilight, stuff like that. I want to do something like that.
You even in 2018 portrayed Michael Jackson in A Lifetime of Two Chords.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
It was weird. Corey Feldman, I've known him since I was a kid. He's kind of like a godfather almost. And it was like, he felt that because of our relationship and stuff like that, and he felt it was the best thing for me to play that, because we know personal behind the camera, different. And I was like, okay, I did it for him, and I did it to try to do something the right way, because some people portray him like different, and it's not like it's so different as the image, but it's not who he was.
Who was he to you?
Oh, he was cool as hell. No, I mean, you grow up and you see everything, like people are who they are, and it's like sometimes you have to protect yourself. And I feel, crazy that, people have some opinions, the way they have them, but through my music and through what I'm doing, through what I represent, and I don't have to be boxed in the way he does. And my mom was like, he wanted to have what you have as far as your freedom and my image, and controlling it the way I do. And I'm really lucky about that.
So what do you want?
I honor that.
And you will, absolutely. What do you want your legacy to be, with the freedom to decide?
I want my legacy to be exactly what I'm going. I want to walk my path and just maybe somebody look back and see I did some things right, and the things I did wrong. I think some things that I've done wrong early on was I was very afraid of who I was. I was very afraid of what I meant to people, and what I represent. And because it's a heavy thing. It's a heavy thing to go around and people crying for you all the time, and and that kind of feeling, and what your responsibility has to be. No one wants to have that responsibility of having to always do the straight and narrow. But I relax, have fun. I have a great upbringing, and I'm confident I'm not going to make those kind of mistakes.
I think there's as we advance and we're given more in this universe, we have more responsibility with that, for sure. And some people, take that and bring grace back to the world, and some others kind of, misuse it. And it's beautiful to watch you in blooming and finding your way and living your truth. So thank you so much for all of the art and love that you're bringing the world.
Wow, thank you. That's the first. Wow, that's really nice.
That's so sweet.
Do you plan to release more music in the U.S. soon?
Absolutely. There's a song that's it was just recently released, Night and Day 3.0, and I was really surprised. That song, it got me Best New Artist Award. I was like, wow.
Love that song.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the song that I'm currently releasing, and then there's another one called Loud and Lose Control. There's so many different songs that I've created, and actually I'll be working with Molly Mall, J-Lac, Usher's brother. He's amazing.
Ooh. Yeah.
We're playing right now.
Oh yeah.
So we know that you also have a new manager.
Oh yeah.
So your career is really kind of projecting and taking a new direction.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Magazine covers, working, the next level. A lot of things are basic things, and the big things I've got done, but having a manager helps you set all the foundation in place. New management makes a big difference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, if there's an intuitive factor in me, I say you're already huge, but watch out. I just have a feeling I'm working. Wait. There's quantum leap level that, so keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Keep us dancing, because that's what we need in our lives.
Where can everyone find and follow your journey?
You can find me at BHowardOfficial.com, Instagram.com/BHowardOfficial. I hope to see you guys there. #BHoward. Thank you guys for having me here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning,
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La, and you may have seen her on HBO's True Detective. Emily Nelson is in the house. What's up, girl?
Oh my God. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm going to be a little disappointing because True Detective is a mystery, and I cannot tell you the mystery. And frankly, a lot of it I don't know. They were extremely secretive. They gave out a lot of the material piecemeal. So I know what my character knows. I know a little bit more, which I can't say, but I can tell you this is an extraordinary season. And the thing about True Detective is that every season is completely separate. So it's a whole new story. So nothing, what happened in the first season was that universe. Second season, separate, and this is the third one. And this one is being led by Mahershala Ali, who is amazing.
Oscar award-winning actor. What was it like working with him?
This is the word I used to describe him. He is magnanimous. When you guys were talking about people who exude energy, you feel like you could just lean back and you'd be all right. He comes up and he connects with every single person on set. He makes sure, like, he gives you his energy, and it makes the whole process easy.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, because as an actor, my whole job is to believe, right? And when you're around such strong actors and such, I mean, also the artisans that worked on True Detective, the sets, the costumes, it just makes your job, you're just completely supported.
Right. But I love that you said, as an actor, your job is to believe, because it's really, that's the spiritual principle of everything, right? And I think, you know, thrillers or detective or any of that, it's so fascinating because you get into this dark dimension of humanity and where we can go. Now, as an actor, you take on that. Does it affect you, kind of in some weird ways?
No, it's a really good question. This is what I say to people. You know, acting doesn't feel good because nobody's writing a movie about that year that went great. You know what I mean? When the TV show The Good Place came out, I thought, oh no, they did it. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, see, they didn't do it. They didn't do it, right? So I feel like actors, what we do is we kind of take one for the team. We say, you know what, I'm going to step in. I will open up myself and be vulnerable. I will momentarily take on this space and this energy so that other people can relate with me and see the human dimension, see what it means to struggle, see what it means to desire.
Taking one for the team, giving us to the dark, where you get to go through there.
Well, because with the dark, there's always the light.
For sure,
Amen to that. And you took on the role of one of the prime suspects this season. Let's take a peek.
Secret, I used to be something of a mess.
That might be the least surprising thing I've ever heard.
She needs help, doesn't she? Julie.
Everything pointed to her being dead. We were wrong. Find the girl. We get the story, what happened. Imagine we're not the only ones looking for him.
What happened out there?
I know you. I know what you did. I remember what we done. I remember not to say. Tired of this thing being in our lives. I want to know the whole story.
Whoa. Wow. One of the hottest shows on TV since season 1. What was it like for you when you got the call that you were cast in season 3?
Honest, I don't even remember. I think I blacked out. I was just excited. You know, I mean, it's such a... And Nick, the creator, is such a genius. And this particular season, it goes over so many different time periods, and it's got this extra element in it about memory, about what do we remember, what do we suppress, what do we allow ourselves to remember, and over time, what forces itself up to consciousness, because we cannot evolve or grow unless we're really integrated with ourselves. And you know, that's an interesting dynamic I think that everybody deals with over time, is there are certain things you're not ready to deal with at some points in your life, whether they're, you know, really crazy things like True Detective or sometimes really even simple things. You know, it can be anything from loving yourself to accepting yourself to past traumas. I mean, there's so many different things that can lie in wait, you know?
Have you found that to be as true in your personal life as your professional life?
Yeah, of course. And you know, I feel extra lucky to be an actor because, you know, I'm in this interesting, all actors are, we're in this interesting position where we're both the violinist and the violin. You know what I mean? We're the one interpreting the work and playing it, but my body is always changing. You know, me doing a role now is completely different than if I had done it 10 years ago. It filters through me. So although I'm playing a character and I'm taking on their behavior, it's still filtering through my mind, my heart, my guts. You know,
so advanced when you think about it.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
profound you say that. Osho would always say that God is not just the dancer, God is also the dance itself.
That's right.
And
That's right.
it's
I'm a
such
big fan of Osho.
Yeah, I love Osho, right? Oh my God.
I have Osho tarot
Yeah.
so awesome.
I love him because part of what is so great about him is he's so irreverent.
Yes.
About things that are so sacred, but he makes it even more deeply sacred by doing so.
Yeah. You know, it's another random quote of his that I keep in my back pocket, which is, what is essential will always be essential, and what is inessential will always be inessential. And that brings me peace sometimes when I start to, like, you know, get nervous or worry about something. I just really settle into that, and I'm like, which is this?
Yes.
You know, and do I need to worry about it? Because it either is or it isn't.
Oh,
and there's not much I can do about it. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you can guarantee.
Gives
That's
me a
right.
little calm.
We're so excited. True Detective can be seen on HBO Sundays at 9 p.m. Tell everyone where they can find and follow your personal journey.
Well, Instagram, I am the real Emily Nelson. Turns out there's a lot of us out there. They're all real too, but I flagged the name first. And then Twitter is Emily_Nelson, and you can find me on Facebook, and I guess that's probably it.
Well, thank you, the real Emily Nelson. We appreciate you.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure. Thank you, guys. My pleasure.
Back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Hi, this is Roxy with Ceremony. Wait, this is Ceremony by Roxy, sorry. Hi, this is Roxy, and this is Ceremony by Roxy. Hi, this is Roxy, and this is Ceremony by Hi, this is, okay. Hi, this is Ceremony by Roxy. I am your host, and this is a show about mindfulness, healing, and living a life with purpose. I keep going, right? Looking forward to watching the rest of your journey and having your beautiful wife on next. I should recut that one. Hold on.
Yeah. Look, you just made your first TV show.
I can't wait to see the bloopers.
Oh, there's plenty of that.
The change is starting happening. It's nope, bad take. Nope, nope. Oh, sorry, I messed up. I was talking to the guest. It's a little fast. I bet you don't have one of those in your phone. Nope. Andy's like, damn it, I'm doing things over here. Usually I'm a one-hit wonder with my videos, but right now, how many takes are we on, Andy? Woo! Okay. I think it's maybe take 12. Nope, messed up one word at the end. It's gonna drive me insane. Listen, I've never done so many takes in my life on one video. That was a good one. Good? You like that one? Are we gonna do a blooper reel? Andy's like, you're already on all of them.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. I'm so excited to welcome America's Intuitive to the show. Joanna Garzilli is in the house with her tarot cards this morning.
And with a British accent.
Yes.
She's bringing it.
Well, we're so grateful for you. You were on the show just this past year, and we've all connected to you so very deeply because you were so kind and so generous and even offered a spiritual forecast for us. What is that?
So a spiritual forecast is where, think of it like weather, but it's the energy of what's to come. It's that what we don't see. So by tuning in to your environment around you, just think of it like, it's like I'm a spiritual weather girl.
Which is great because the storms, I bet, you're like, oh, in January it's going to be blizzard. But then in February, It's
I love
Can I
mean,
intervene
love
on
that.
my own behalf to change the forecast if I don't like it? That's my ultimate
Well,
question.
that's brilliant
Yeah.
because there are some things that are bigger. That spiritual forecast is the collective consciousness of energy of all of us are contributing to making the world sunny or rainy or windy or snowy, and sometimes we don't even know it. It's like
Global warming is a real thing.
Yes. But think of like the butterfly, you know, like the butterfly wings. We really do have that impact with our energy, and that's why I love this idea of how do we start our day. That we really sometimes we think, oh well, I'm just, you know, how am I going to make a difference in the world? But we actually, all our energy adds up to making that impact.
Yeah. But I do think it's interesting because we don't want to implant and like tell people it's going to be rough, and they're like, oh yeah, now it's going to be rough, and then they just go there. But I think it's important to understand what's going on collectively so that we can not kind of take on some of that and be like, what's wrong with me? And so you can go like, this is something that's going on energetically, and now I get to choose how to navigate this storm.
Think of it energetically. We've had rain, a lot of rain this past week. If you know that there is rain coming, and you didn't have an umbrella at home, and you got to go out and buy an umbrella, then when you go outside,
or take one from Amazon.
it's really that. It gives you, a spiritual forecast gives you tools to prepare yourself. Maybe you can't stop that storm, but you're going to have your umbrella for it and your rain boots.
Okay, so we want to know the forecast. Give us the lowdown. Is this like for the next month, the next week, the next year? Like what kind of forecast we're talking?
I would say let's just focus on this next month. This year, in general, it is going to be very up and down. It is going to be a bit of a roller coaster. Last year, I saw at the end of 2018, a lot of people said, oh gosh, thank goodness 2018 is over. That was really intense.
They say this every year though.
Touche.
But it really was. 2018 was. I saw for a lot of people in a big way. I think just you've done so much, such work on yourself, you're impervious to it. You're above the clouds.
It was a wild year for me. It was epic, actually.
So there is going to be a lot going on globally. I don't like to talk politics, but politically, just things, social issues, there is going to be a lot of stuff going on, a lot. But on a personal level, I feel that it is a better than ever the opportunity to manifest at an accelerated pace. We are in a quickening. We see it in technology. We see it in communications. And so if one really gets oneself into alignment, multiple miracles can happen. One can create
I like that.
Receive that fully.
It's like
right? Big miracles happen.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to read, are you do it via the card?
Yeah, so this is the traditional it's the Rider-Waite tarot deck. This is like the old school deck. Because a lot of oracle cards are coming now, it's become quite a trend, and there's all these different, and there's a lot of great decks out there. And this was the deck I first learned at the College of Psychic Studies in London. Bear in mind, I'm a skeptic as well, and I worked in corporate finance and all these different things. So with that, I was actually quite scared of these cards at a certain point because some of them, they have swords in them and things. But swords is about communication. But just in the way that one picks the card. So who wants to? Erin.
So what do you want to forecast all of this year? Let me pick one card. Here you go.
So a lot of the time, I'll just do the mixing here, so it's a collective.
Okay.
But, so think of, even the way that you mix the cards, you lay out the cards, all has an impact.
And is this forecast specific to Erin? Based on the card she picked, or is it
what would you like?
Well, I think for the audience, we might want to do it for the year.
I love that, because if someone's
Let's do it for the, and we'll do it after the show. We'll do some
year.
personal ones,
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to hold them.
I'm going to pick your destiny. Just hold them. I'm that powerful.
Let's
now I've
see.
changed my mind.
Ooh. Now that's interesting. Well, but because you did that, I'm going to have to. You just hold that a second.
Okay.
Don't turn that over yet. But that was interesting because you went first to this. So that says to me, without even telling me over here, there's something where the people who are watching are on a certain trajectory. There's something they have in their minds, and yet it's this thing of, or maybe I need to change it.
The universe is like
this
surprise.
But this actually is the core underlying energy that our friends need to pay attention to. But let's look at where we're at with this. Okay, so we have, it's the Judgment card, the Judgment. But this, Look at Jessica's face. Like, oh my God, what are we going to be judged for? I feel like this is a very, very positive card. It means there's going to be a collective spiritual awakening. It means that, and I think Good Morning La La Land does such a good job of, bringing together, holding a positive space. But what do people do? Where can they not get ahead? It is because they are so self-critical that there needs to be more self-love and to be kind to oneself. So I'd say, like, the action, what's the action to create the good outcomes is kindness to self, and through kindness to self, there is kindness to others. And also this fear of being judged, of what am I going to be judged for? I'm not going to go out in the world. I'm not going to put my project out there. I'm not going to go on that date. I'm not going to take that risk because what if I'm judged? Let go of the idea that you're going to be judged and that it is a kind, benevolent, earth, city, town, universe place.
See, that's a huge relief because my fire and brimstone childhood had me believing that was like the end of days, like judgment.
Right?
I'm like, oh great.
Right?
We would pull that card.
It's Armageddon. It's like my face. It's like the hardcore Hollywood movies. So, but let's look at the underlying card with that. But what was, so the precursor with this is, see, look at that Ace of Cups. So this was the first thought. This is all about emotional well-being, connectivity. 2019, it used to be, the last couple of years, it's all about authenticity. Now it's about meaningful connections, meaningful relationships. So that really is a theme for 2019. And it's showing a lot of success and happiness in relationships. A lot. So that fear of, well, things didn't go well in the past, I was with a narcissist or something like that, that does not mean one cannot be happy. Because your theme was right, narcissism. I mean, I dated plenty of those. I'd always go for the emotionally unavailable ones because I would judge myself a lot.
That was so 1990 in the deck. The narcissist.
Yeah, exactly. So this is, so it's like, know that all is going to go well. Focus on the relationship working out and looking also how are you going to how can you positively connect with others. Just see the best in someone else, even if you don't naturally like someone right away. Sometimes when you meet someone you go, I'm not clicking with that person. Look for yourself in that person and then love yourself as you love that person. These are things we all know, but it's about practice, right? Hence which you teach so well as well, right? So spiritual, like putting it into practice. So this is like, and these also, this is major arcana. So this is like big things. This is big moves, big positive energy for the year, despite, the ups and downs. There is.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yes.
Overwhelmingly positive, but very dramatic.
Sounds like me.
Exactly. Brace yourself and be sure to catch Life Stories with Joanna Garzilli at the Focus TV network. She's got a great talk show there and has interviewed some of the most inspiring guests. We love you. We love your work. Thank you for your community and support.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You've become a dear friend, so I really appreciate you.
Tell everyone where they can find and follow your personal journey and work with you for their own spiritual forecast.
You can find me on social media at Joanna Garzilli, and you can also connect with me at joannagarzilli.com.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
I think that his story of coming out on national TV to becoming one of reality TV's biggest producers should inspire us all. Here are his moments.
Hi, I'm Jessica Seppel. No, I'm not going to go hi. And I just had the most fabulous interview with your darling Alyssa Goodman. So excited to see the interview. That last part wasn't good. Create balance when it comes to a healthy life. Don't forget to watch it. No. So don't forget to check it out on Focus TV here in West Hollywood.
All right.
He hates it. Check it out on Focus TV.
Like it?
Can you cut it and make it better?
Oh. You got this, girl. Here we go.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me laugh.
Hi, my name is Jessie Golden, and I am the creator of The Golden Secrets. A completely, no, hang on a second, sorry. Can we start over?
I'm Wendy Brokaw. I'm Paula Marshall. By the way, this is politics, okay? This is not ticks. I hated it. Let's do it one more time.
Well, that's why I created Just a Thought meditation recordings, so that you can meditate in your sleep. Pause it there. Can you edit it in?
being new in town, it gives me a perspective on, oh shit, no, that was wrong.
No, can we start all over? That's too much talking.
No, I'm an actress. I mean, you've seen me. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's like so hard. It's so hard. That was so hard.
Once you go chocolate, you don't want to stop it.
Oh, God.
I'll stop.
Let's do it one more time.
Bitching,
Didn't work.
complaining,
Let me do
it
it one
didn't
more
work.
time.
We're gonna
Didn't
do it
work.
one more time.
Ready? And action.
Do I just talk again? If you are vegan, you get a vegan broth. You, Jesus, guys. Fuck. I'm blah, blah. Single issue.
Single issue.
Single issue.
Andy, did I make it fun yet?
Thank you.
It's no longer a golden secret.
We're done!
On hashtag Friday Feels, we're ready for a little bar school. Pun intended. We've got the creator of Bar School himself, Bo Robinson, in the house. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
We connected, of course, he was behind the bar. I went to this French restaurant I'm dying to go to with our executive producer, and we were like, you wanted to be a host. We had the conversation. I think it's absolutely incredible because so many people in Los Angeles are pursuing so many passions, and you have to find that passion. And you've created the perfect balance with Bar School.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
I've taken something I love to do, which is bartending, which is feeding people drinks, getting to know somebody, taking a story and listening to them, and truly digesting what they have to offer. And I'm combining it with my other passion, which is host, to make one show called Bar School.
And there it is.
There you go.
Oh man.
It looks incredible, and it's not easy to do that in LA. We know that you've been at it for 4 years, so cheers to that.
Thank you. Like I said, I mean, the easiest thing I can do is wake up in the morning and create this power list of everything I need to get done because, I shoot on a Saturday, I start to edit the next day, I lay down, my rough cut, and then I find my B-roll on Monday and I insert that, and then I find the music. And once I get to Thursday, it's all right, I gotta market it to launch Friday mornings. So it's a full week worth of work on top of your regular schedule of bartending.
So is there one drink that has been, watched the most, viewed the most for people to learn how to make a particular drink?
Yeah, actually the mojito is my most popular one so far. And I loved it because I got in the edit room and I started editing this thing together and it just fell in. You know what I mean? It's like that one where you're clicking, you loving what you're doing, and everything comes together. It's the flow? Yeah, it's the flow, exactly. Yes. And it's my favorite episode because it shows my quirkiness, or I think I'm just a goofy guy, so it's just me being goofy in front of the camera, and I loved it. And my old fashioned is my second favorite. Pulled in Don Draper. Yeah.
All right.
So I try to mix a little bit of everything.
When do you feel like you're most in flow, Bo?
Most in flow, when I get in my workspace and everything is clicking. There's so many files and folders you're pulling things from. When you can just go to that perfect file, you're like, no problem, no stutters, and you just insert it in the clip and everything clicks. Or actually finding music is probably the hardest thing. Have you ever tried to find royalty-free music? It's not fun.
So I'm sure that you've met so many different types of people, and I'm sure you've met a lot of narcissists, I'm sure as well. Like, what would you say is like your favorite person that you meet? What is their personality? What are those traits that make someone stand out?
When people come to drink, they come to have fun. And that's what I'm looking for the most. And I just want to feed off that energy and have fun with them. And I find out that people that come into a bar don't necessarily know a lot about drinking or a lot about alcohol. So it's cool to educate them as well. And it's just a fascinating rapport that you develop with somebody after they come in multiple times, and you get to know them a little bit. It's just great.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So
in addition to being a host and a teacher, of course, how much of your work requires you being a therapist?
I like to say that I feed somebody a drink and we talk about their problems.
Right?
Yeah,
It's true.
Wow. It's absolutely true.
So let's feed us a drink and talk about our problems.
All right. So I have actually decided that I think everybody's a little bit of a bartender. I mean, I don't know if you were in college or you're a host of a party, but everybody has a little bit of a bartender inside of them. So we're gonna make 3 really easy cocktails that you've made 1,000 times. We're gonna put the bartender spin on them.
Okay.
They're not just cocktails, they have names.
Love it.
So the first one, Jeslyn, would you do me the honor and go ahead and make me my first cocktail?
Oh, no pressure.
I'm gonna get ice in the glass. Well, the pressure's off me. That's what I was going with.
Oh, man.
have to use your
I'm already
hands.
failing. I can't get the ice. Is there a certain amount of ice, or am I making
That
this
is
and you're going to
perfect.
judge me? Okay.
But we are going to put in 2 ounces of this vodka right here, and 2 ounces all the way to the top, and you're gonna pour it in your glass.
Okay. So do you ever free pour, or do you always measure this out?
Depends on the restaurant you're in.
Which ones?
I love to free pour.
Okay. So this is a little orange juice and a little vodka. I'd like to go equal parts.
That's great.
Wow, equal parts. She's going for it.
The question is, do you know the name of that cocktail?
Screwdriver.
Oh, she nailed it! First try.
Thank you.
Very
No
nice.
lime.
Cheers.
No lime.
We want to wait for everybody else?
No, I'd like you to taste my cocktail.
Guess I have to approve, right?
Yes, please.
The proportions are right on. Very nice.
I have to admit, I was a bartender in college.
Oh.
I worked at a piano bar called Mojo's. We'd get up on the bar like Coyote Ugly style, and we'd all have like dance numbers for certain songs.
Really?
I had a lot of fun.
Did you ever play the piano?
No. And I didn't get very good grades that year, but it was fun.
Either way, you're having fun.
That's hilarious.
Would you mind doing me the honor of doing the second cocktail?
Well, I think
Yes.
Gee. So, a lot of times the trend is to have these huge ice cubes. What is the reason behind that? Is it just for the looks?
I think a lot of
Do I
it
pour
plays
this in
with
first? Does it matter?
No, we're going to do the 2 ounces of vodka first.
It does. You have to do that first. So
That's what I like to do first.
2 ounces.
Every bartender's
I
gonna
like
have-
a very weak drink. So could I make
Sure.
one?
Erin may already be
one.
drunk off the smell of the
Like
vodka
honestly,
right
I take
now.
one sip and I get. I'm like, what? I don't feel so well.
Little tiny pour. That's perfect.
Okay, so your proportions aren't equal. You like heavy on the juice, huh?
Heavy on the juice.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got their own.
I like to share. Is that really bad? I like to share a drink.
Not a problem.
You're a doctor, Divinity, and you gotta.
But now I have to judge this, and I
Okay.
like my drinks strong. I think the
Don't
biggest
judge
part
me.
about bartending is knowing your guest. So knowing that you like them weak, I
Yes.
would prepare it that way. But if I'm drinking it, I'm gonna go.
If you can put sugar or salt on the rim, then I like it.
The proportions just on right, you know? It's not what I'm looking for, but I love it. It's great. Do you know the name of this drink?
It's a Greyhound.
How does that happen? You know that drink. You know you have to get it now.
Oh, man.
I channel that.
mine's
Just
deep.
listen to the higher.
So let's do ice first. I got you.
Ice first.
All right.
You could have done it neat. Neat would be without ice, right?
Yeah, neat would be without ice.
Look at you, Jazz.
Well, she did before,
I-
right?
yeah.
I'll take 2.
You're pouring
Two
like a
of it.
pro, though.
Four
My brother was bartender for a while.
4 ounces
That
instead
looks
of 2.
like Miami club table service style, right?
You almost
knows
flipped the
how to
bottle over. Now this one's got a little trickier of a name.
Okay. Oh, see, I'm not gonna get it then because
So like
I
a
only
lime
know
for that
this
one. You need a
as a
lime.
cranberry vodka.
Oh, I want you to think about where
Oh,
cranberry
I know what it
comes
is.
from.
I'm
You
not
know.
a drinker and I know what this is.
What is it?
It's a Cape Cod or whatever.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Nice, Aaron.
Nice.
Look at this.
I've
the
never
Dr.
known
Divinity.
that.
Well, my mom drank a
0
lot.
on
Let's just
No,
put
I got
that
to
next
taste
to
yours too.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how mine's gonna be.
You have to have a lime
we need a
with it.
lime.
You
Oh,
know.
I'm very well versed.
See?
She's got experience. You want to try
I've dated a lot of alcoholics too.
You can learn something from everyone.
It's true.
That's a good Cape Cod.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations. Now you are all bartenders.
So what kind would be your favorite normally? I think I would be more likely to probably drink that one. Is probably what I would.
Yeah.
Unless it was fresh.
Depends on my morning. I usually like OJ
On the
in the
morning.
morning.
Oh yeah,
so.
in the morning.
You guys asked me how I start my day, right? Nothing wrong with a screwdriver.
Well, cheers. Here's to
Cheers.
Bar School. Thank you so much. Tell
Cheers,
people
y'all.
where they can find you.
Thank you very much. You guys can find me on Instagram at barschool. That's BAR_SKOOL. And you can also find me on Facebook at Bo Robinson.
Thank you
Right.
both. Stay
Cheers.
tuned. We'll be back with more. Good morning, La La Land.
We are the Mouseketeers, and we proudly wear our ears. We mousin', we mousin', MICKEY, MOUSE, go Mickey Mouse. Good morning, La La Land.
Thanks so much for joining us here on Good Morning La La Land on Friday Feels. We've had a fantastic day. I feel like a really fantastic day. We've had a little bit of everything. We had mystery, magic, liquor, and a spiritual forecast, which is phenomenal. It's been a full day. So the question I have for each of you is, when do you feel most inspired during the day, or when do you feel sort of most uplifted? When are you the happiest during your day or during your week?
Oh, I guess I'm going first. I would say in the morning when I'm getting ready. I see the joy in my dog's eyes, and my boyfriend, he's still sleeping and he's enjoying it, so that's nice. But it's quiet, sunrise, it's just a lot of possibility.
Love that.
That's
you.
Okay. So I think I feel the most happy is my day when I wake up and I look outside and I see what the sky looks like, and it just makes me happy. I feel thankful. I wonder how long it's been there, and you know, what can I do to make things better?
Love that.
Beautifully said.
I guess after pressing the snooze alarm 4 times, I like to go, Alexa, play Magic by B.O.B. Pumped,
That's
you know?
awesome, yeah.
So, and then I just come in my day living that kind of vibe. So
Nice.
Fantastic.
I'm happiest when I'm here at Focus TV Network. Really?
That's
really.
That's right.
You are all but the wind beneath my wings. And Andy Waldman is definitely my guardian angel.
I think you require any cryptocurrency, no check. We didn't give that one away for free.
I'll drink to that. We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And you can listen to all of these interviews available as a podcast on iTunes.
That's right. We're waking up the world together. Have a great weekend. Have fun with people you love and make it matter.
It's going to be a Good Morning La La Land.